Hello folks, and welcome back to Overlord Raising Hell. Now this is post-commentary, as I was actually rather tired when I was recording this originally. So, it's been almost a year since I've last played Overlord. Presuming I didn't open it since I last, did a recording for it, then it's been a year almost to the day. Like, seriously, tomorrow would have been the year mark. So, but, since I had to do the since I did that post-commentary for Overlord just the other day, I started thinking about the game again. And I realized I missed out on one thing. And this Overlord series is called Overlord Raising Hell, brackets, Full Corruption. I never did hit 100% corruption, now did I? So this little bonus episode is going to be me hitting a 100% corruption. Now, how long is it going to take me to actually start moving? Come on. Running out of things to say here for me. Come on boy, come on. Good boy. It's nice to see Overlord again. I'm watching along with you. So yeah, I'm just checking here to see what I have done and what I haven't done. I've actually had a list on my phone. If you look up Overlord Corruption, you'll find the wiki entry for it. And I was just checking to see what needed to be changed, what needed to be done. And I'm also pointing out I'm glad that they counted the Goldo thing there, because I managed to fuck myself over and not get the gold, but it still counted as me abandoning the elves. Okay, oh yeah, I was just altering the in-game audio, but that's completely irrelevant to ye. Since I'm doing post, I've lost the in-game audio, as I didn't have it set up as its own separate audio bar. So what I'm doing right currently is I'm just using the stuff on Steam. Like, if you go onto Steam and go to, I was wrong in my post commentary, if you go into Steam and go to artists, you'll find under the capitalized English, you'll find all the Overlord lines, and under normally capitalized resources, which is just the R is capitalized, you'll find all the music. Oh, I say all, there's like at least 5 different slots there that are empty. That are just called empty, and there's no music to them. Like, there's no music here for Heaven's Peak. There is some music associated with the Paladin, but that's it. Paladin, Threat, Succubus, and Catacombs. There's nothing else. So, now I said there was 2 things I needed to do left to get to 100%. The reason why I didn't do these before was I forgot about one of them, and the other one I thought was much more arduous than it really was. I'll tell you now what both of them are. In the original recording I kind of dawdled about it, but the first one we're doing is simple. We're breaking all the houses, all the doors, well, we're smashing all the houses in Heaven's Peak. Also, I just saw the inside of a minion's head there. It is as empty as one would expect. So yes, there's 4 houses in Heaven's Peak that are actually attackable. 3 are on the left hand side, 1 is on the right hand side. Oh, and we're now on to the Paladin Succubus music. The reason my footage cut out here was Microsoft decided now was the best of times to let me know that I was low on space. Right in the middle of a fucking recording. I remember before I wanted to restart in the middle of my wartime playthroughs. One of my playthroughs, yeah, haven't even finished one, and it's been nearly a year. It's been over a year. Actually, no, nearly a year. Nearly a year. I hope. But yeah, anyway. Yeah, there's 4 houses to break into here. 3 on the left hand side, 1 on the right. The right hand one is, if you go straight over that way and turn left, going up to the brothel, it's just there. There's one of them, and the other 2 are up there, towards the Paladin's keep. So there's one thing I am talking about in my original recording, and you know I'm fine with what I was saying, so I'll repeat it. I really like the idea of, like I was saying this before about there's another one, Red Faction Guerrilla. You know, instead of making a new like Red Faction game in the style of Guerrilla, maybe with the magnet gun from and the nano repairer from the Red Faction Armageddon. But you know, for the PC, also keep the nano rifle from Guerrilla. But anyway, do that. I would love to make an Overlord for the PC. That'll be fantastic, because I imagine it'll be better than, like with the PC in mind, rather than it being a console game primarily or console port. Certainly, I'm not saying those are inherently terrible or I would love to see what they could do with it, without having to keep consoles in mind and whatnot. Because I'm just figuring, like, you know, with Red Faction, they could probably get up to crazier stuff without having to keep consoles in mind. Who knows what they could get up to with Overlord. I really like the concept and the idea of it, but I feel it's just rather unpolished. And I'm just hoping, you know, that everything and anything could be a good thing towards getting a better game. Or, you know, it lives up to the potential I see in it, or, you know, whatever. So, here's the second thing I have to do. I thought in my original recording that I had to kill 8,000 or 10,000 peasants. You only have to kill 500. So what I'm going to be doing here is breaking into all the houses here in Heaven's Peak, and then killing off all the people in Heaven's Peak. I remember following a guide for it before, saying the optimum path, and it was saying to go from this catacombs entrance to the brothel, and you know, jump between the 2. But to be honest, that doesn't really work too well. I only do it here for the first run, and after that I just keep popping in and out of the catacombs. But yeah, I know the idea of an Overlord game centered on PC, I know, sounds really good to me. Pardon me. Oh, you trash all the houses in Heaven's Peak, you town trasher. To be honest, not the worst thing I've been called. Not the worst thing I've been called. Also, accidental magic. I hit E instead of, you know, spacebar. But, yeah, I know, that sounds good to me. I'm just hoping they could come out with some cool stuff, you know? Here, while this is going, like, just, you know, without having to keep the consoles and their limitations in mind, just you know, what they could ever get up to on PC just sounds cool to me. Also, here I'm just getting confused with the teleporter system. I remembered it differently to how it was. I think I'm getting confused with the Overlord 2 system. Also, Overlord 2, I do want to actually go back and do a bonus episode for that. I wanted to go back and finish off all the villages and places. The village system in that was really annoying. You had to go mind control everyone or kill everyone, and I just found it very tedious. And it just really didn't do it for me. And minion roasting. Breasts or thighs. Just like Mama used to make. Okay, to add some more stuff to it. Okay, we'll stick in Wither. Each time I go to add it to the queue, it keeps disappearing. I don't know what's wrong. Okay, now it works. It seems passing by the album, like going up, will get rid of it. Like when you go to the Steam Music and right click on it, like on Peril Melancholy to add it. If you go up, it'll be the little menu gets when you right click. We gotten rid of. For some reason, never noticed that before. But yeah, I just popped down into the catacombs, force the enemies to respawn. But going down on the right click menu doesn't make it disappear. Strange. But there's 2 more songs to it. Okay, there. Again, sadly I don't have any Heaven's Peak stuff, so I just added this. Also, I think this is actually music from the Mistress's Chamber, so I'll remove that track. Here's music from the Halfling Tunnel. And I'm just grabbing some gear for my minions. Figured I may as well. Some of them were actually rather under-geared. They'd actually only basic armor. They didn't even have their clubs around. I actually didn't realize later that I didn't even have, green equipment. You know, the green equipment upgrade, so that they all started off with stuff. Didn't even have that. I have no idea how I missed that, but yeah. Maybe at one stage I didn't have the money for it, but I just never went back to buy it. Okay, let's take that off the list. Okay. Event Death. That was the tune that just played there. I was just figuring, this 4 songs was a bit short for a 40 of a playlist for a 40-minute thing, so I was just adding something to it. And yet more villagers being slain. Funnily enough, even though that I was expecting this to be a really painful, tedious bit, this actually, I think, is nearly done. It's like, this half is like halfway done. Not sure why I stopped. I was presumably talking about something and just wanted to focus on that for a moment. Now I feel kind of awkward after, looking away from this and just trying to find some music to add to the list. But like I said, it's a case of pitchforks are better than pickaxes. Interesting. But yeah, I just felt like the 4 songs for a 40-minute thing was a bit short. Bit short. Okay. I'm going to pop back in here for a moment and just get a bit more music. Okay. Yeah, that's better. That's more like it. I'm just in the mood for something, more this than the other stuff. Musical tastes differ depending on, mood. Oh yeah. That's more like it. And while I don't really need it, I just keep grabbing the gold because I feel like I may as well grab it while I'm here. Just, it's there, may as well get it. Also, there's an invisible wall, right there in front of the door. It's really weird. You can't walk up to the door, you get pushed off to the right-hand side of it. Is it this time? No, it's not. Yeah, no, we've got a bit longer yet. I can see like little screens, like little like screenshots of the rest of the episode, of most of the episode here, and yeah, we've got a bit longer of the grinding to go. But yeah, I really like the premise of Overlord. I really like it. I'm looking forward to seeing, you know, more being done with it. And like I think really highly of the series. I think that it could be really good. I just hope it gets the chance to be really good. Because I know, just from the first 2 games, it just seemed a bit that the only 2 games I've played, they just seemed a bit unpolished and whatnot. I think the first one does show more promise than the second one, but maybe that's just nostalgia. That's the one issue with it. This is all subjective opinions, and nostalgia and whatnot will blind you to it. So it just makes it a bit of a nuisance, you know? Actually, I remember, maybe it was around there I was saying it. Back, you know, when I was doing the when I did post commentary for the episodes, I ended up listening to a bit of it, a bit of the commentary I used to use, and at one stage I take a drink from a bottle of Coke, and Christ, that brings back memories. I haven't had Coke in ages. I did have a few cheat days where I come out with friends, I get a bit. I get a small bottle of Coke. If I'm at a friend's place, they have some fizzy drink. I have some of that. But beyond that, I've just been drinking like water and dilutable juice for the last couple of months, since like December 2017. So like when I hear like the bottle opening and I'm trying to replicate the sound with a bottle of water here. It's not really working, but I hear the a bottle open and fizz, and I can suddenly just feel the taste back in my mouth again. Suddenly I have like 20 cavities. So, just brought back memories, nostalgia. I'm always nervous that this is going to be the time, because I don't want to be in the middle of a point when the thing pops up. I want to be ready to read it. It's great to actually get this off my conscience. Well, actually, there was another point I was making in my original recording, but I've looked it up and I had another read of the thing, and I think I'm fine. I was due to the way I read the wiki. They made it sound like there's there's an ending for being under 50% and over 50%. But the way I end up reading it, I thought there was a third ending where if you ended the game, defeated the wizard on 100% corruption, you got yet again different ending. Still a corruption ending, but a different iteration on it. But no. I was worried I had messed up another front, and was saying that if that was the case, then let me know and I'll fix it. I'll play through this game again and rectify it. But no, there's only 2 endings to the game. 0 to I'm not sure, is it 50 or 51 you get the corruption ending? But yeah, below 50 you get the non-corruption ending, and above 50 you get the corruption ending. So, any more detail than that, and I don't have a clue. But yeah, basically I was worried I'd made another, I've made a few follow-ups within this series, and I was worried I made another one. But nah, it all seems good. All seems good. Oh, brilliant. I had been trying to get that little bit of life source before, you may have noticed. me poking around at it. Certainly I didn't notice. I was too busy talking about my other thing. My eyes kind of glazed over. But I couldn't get it. The minion got lucky there and could. Angle of approach, I guess. I wonder if I had taken the same angle, would it have worked? So many lives lost, so much life force for you. You are the ultimate enemy of mankind. And with that, I have now 100% corruption. You may notice that my character has more spikes now. There's a haze around them. I, as of in my recording, hadn't actually noticed that yet. I'll notice that once I leave Heaven's Peak. I'll go out via the main door. So yeah, I was too focused on the game rather than noticing the details of the game. You know, if they ever do an Overlord 3, I really hope they go with the magic system from the first game. The second game really doesn't do it for me. Okay, around now I notice. So the spikes are greater, and there is an evil haze around my character. It's just like a... I don't know. I'm just suddenly thinking, you know, when it's really hot and there's like distortions in the air. Yeah, that's it. That's just what I'm end up seeing it as now. Basically, as you get eviler, you get warmer. So basically, the evilest person you know is the most fantastic hot water bottle. True facts. So I think the area here seems to have changed up fantastically. I do quite like the purples and the darks. I remember making the joke, cold, dark, and dank, just like my ex-wife. Though I didn't explain where I got that line from. That was from Ratchet & Clank Gladiator, and that does look fantastic. That really does look awesome. I really hope we get a Overlord 3 announced, and it's like more in the vein of Overlord 1 than Overlord 2. I don't know, just Overlord 1 did it much better for me than 2, but maybe that just subjective opinion, you know, blinded by nostalgia and whatnot, because I played Overlord 1 when I was a lot younger, and I played it a ton. Overlord 2 I played for the first time on stream, and when I was older and, you know, more jaded. But here I'm just having a look at the different armors to see like if they've changed in any way from my corruption. Because I swore I remember seeing something that said they did, but I can't remember. Helmets certainly don't change in any way. Whether the armors have much of a change, I don't know. I know we get the spikes and the evil aura, but I'm not sure about do the armors change in appearance in any way. I just don't remember. The wiki had an entry on the effects, like having low corruption means the peasants will cheer for you and say nice things. Well, if you have high corruption, they won't. They might say something else, or they just don't say anything, I'm not sure. But there's the steel armor with the steel helmet. Just standing there admiring my crotch bulge. Also, I do like the minion skull on the knee pads and the belt. That's nice. It's probably, considering the process, it could be actual minion skull. Yeah. Well, to be fair, given the minions are throwing their whole bodies in, yeah, bit of your armor is minion bone. The minions are waiting to be embraced by the flames. Good line. Also, another graphical glitch. Top right. There's the Durium armor. Yeah, you know, I never did look at the armor of fire, but I if the armors were affected by corruption at all, I doubt the durium would be. Yeah, evil spikes. And I was also noticing that the arms at the elbows have spikes, and so do the knees, the kneecaps. He's a bit of a horny dude, ain't he? Actually, that must make sex really awkward. Just imagine he's up with Velvet, you know, moves a bit awkwardly and ends up, you know, impaling her. Oh, she did ask for, you know, deep penetration. And there's the Arcanium armor, which you'd already seen. And I switch back to that because it looks better with the evilness. And the tower also changes with your corruption level. And I was heading up here for to check, see if there was a way for me to view the tower via the tower customization thing. And as far as I can tell, there isn't. I think I say like how you do it to the statue. I was also admiring the fireplace. Because it's like, you know, a fire in some like demon's belly or something. It looks cool. Not too sure on the minion skulls, but I wouldn't mind that kind of fireplace. Though we would kind of need a back to it and, you know, ventilation. Otherwise, that's just key to having like smoke go fucking everywhere. What we're not seeing is the fact is our Overlord like stumbling around and like bonking their head on everything. So there's the tower model, but I'm not sure if that actually takes into account the corruption or anything. I just don't remember. It seems to take into account upgrades, but beyond that I have no fucking clue. Also, I didn't buy the minion upgrades. I thought I did. Maybe I go back and do it. And I just kind of have a stroll around. I don't remember why. I was pointing out that you can hear Velvet here, but she isn't actually here. Also, you can see the flag post there. I'll acknowledge it now in a second. That's, you know, when you take over an area, you've conquered it. It's in the bedroom. You know, sexual conquest. Even though we've had the sex scene, it's not. There's no banner there. I guess maybe they just played a game of Uno and had some tea. Just take a quick drink while I'm meandering around. In my original recording, I do remember saying about running into a glitch in the Xbox version where I had the scene with Rose, but I then bought more stuff afterwards, and Gnarl kept telling me whenever it was up there that Rose wants to see me in the bedchamber. But because there we go. But because I'd already had the scene, I couldn't see her in the bedchamber. So there, nice green cloak and green loincloth. And my greens are now all upgraded. They've like a higher baseline upgrade status than normal. And I do remember Violet's. I remember hearing the Violet's upgrade is better than Rose's. They target different minions, but those minions like these aren't the exact figures. But to explain what I'm saying is, with Rose, maybe your browns and blues will start off on 200%, but your greens and reds will start off on 250 with Violet. Keep in mind, I pulled those figures out of my arse, but the upgrades there that Rose gives is superior to the one that the Violet's upgrade is superior to Rose's upgrade. Yeah, Violet's upgrade is superior to Rose's. The evil sister is better than the good sister at the upgrades. Sorry, I'm saying it like that because I heard a whoosh, whoosh, whoosh in the background, and it's just like my brain is like out the fucking window. So anyway, yeah, I'm just wandering around here, seeing how the peasants react. And he's like, don't let us let him come in, don't let him through, or something. We were so frightened, Lord, we didn't know what to do. And I just walk away. You know, peasant punting. Yeah, I might actually add that as a tag. I think I already had jester punting, but peasant punting works too. Also, I was thrown off by her because I think she's the same model as the ninja women from that one hell. And that was a fucking hell. Why is everyone picking on Spree? We never done nothing to nobody. And I kind of cut him off. And I ignite a tree. Just, you know, I love that. With a fire weapon, you just bludgeon one guy and you set the nearby rainforest on fire. And because that one guy tried to attack me, I go and kill more people. Or he killed 500, may as well add a few extra to that list. I kind of just scattershot them. Because I was figuring I would, kill him and whatnot, but it didn't. Some of my minions wandered into the tavern and actually came out drunk. So I was just kind of fiddling with it because while I remember messing with that before, I was never really sure how the system worked. Wasn't sure if they're just breaking barrels in there and coming out with treasure. Well, getting tankards out of it, or was it like an infinite source? And I was trying to see if I just shot all my minions in there, would they all come out drunk or what? But it seems only a few will come out drunk. But it seems like if they were just breaking barrels, there's a lot of tankards after coming out. Also, at some stage around now, I noticed that, actually no, it's not for a moment. I do notice that I've only 40 and not 50. The harvesting helm wasn't the helmet I started playing off with. It was the Arcanium helm. Which is what gives me 50. I really do love the idea of another Overlord game. And, on PC, with the PC's capabilities in mind and whatnot. I know, just sounds cool. Just thinking like the shit you could get up to, that they could get up to in it, Just sounds good to me. I'm not sure why I was stopping. I think, maybe I was talking about the peasants' reactions? I've no idea. Just looking at the game, it hasn't aged badly, Certainly it's no great, not sure on the character models of, like, the peasants and whatnot, but the game itself doesn't look half bad. It's bright, colourful, a bit cartoony. There I noticed I've only 40 and not 50. It's rather enjoyable. I rather like it. So, yeah, I'm just doing a sign-off here. I was talking about, originally I was saying that this was going to come out on the same day as my return to Path of Exile. But it's not going to. This is actually going to come out on the same day as the ending to my Overlord Raising Hell series. To the Full Corruption series. It's going to come out the same day as that. And then it's Path of Exile the day after. I do stop for a moment there in the recording. I'm not sure where. It'll be probably in a moment. I stopped to check to see what's coming after Path of Exile, because I knew Witcher was coming, but I couldn't remember was there something in between or not. So after Path of Exile, which will bring us to January 2019, Witcher 1 will be starting. I've already done a playthrough of Witcher 1, but I'll be doing another one. So I can bring the save onwards. I do try and replicate the choices I made in my original playthrough, but I only do that in some cases. Other cases, I make different choices. So, yeah. As the series kind of went on, I started making some different choices. Not on all accounts, just on some. Then after Witcher 1, it's Witcher 2, then Witcher 3. After Witcher 3, I don't have a foggiest. I have a bit of Torchlight recorded, but I'm not really sure what's going on with them. While the former company, the studio that made it, said, yeah, make Let's Plays, they're gone. And the people who bought them out still remain, but I'm not sure on their stance around. And apparently there was some news coming about Torchlight, and I'm just kind of waiting to see what happens on that front. So, I might never end up releasing the Torchlight playthrough. I do have the Grim Dawn first DLC. I might end up getting, before I get to that though, I might end up getting the second DLC, and I'll, end up running both. So that might be after Witcher 3. I may end up playing Grim Dawn from the beginning again, and then, maybe bringing my character, Drom, I think he was, through the game again, up into the DLC expansions. Up into the expansions. I might then afterwards I might do Titan Quest Anniversary Edition, or remastered, or whatever it is, retightening, requestioning. I might go do that. It's kind of up in the air. Like I was actually saying in a future Path of Exile episode, I don't know what I'll be doing post Witcher 3. I have a few things on the list. Like I was talking about doing Fallout, but I'm thinking, that has some copyrighted music in it, so I'm a little iffy on it. I'm just not sure, because they don't have a button to turn off copyrighted music, so it's up in the air right now. And then I was also thinking of doing D&D games, but I need to look into their video policy, get a few things clarified. So I want to do that before I go do Anton. I go messing with that. So yeah, it's a little up in the air what I'll be doing post Witcher 3. But to be honest, that's not particularly relevant, because Witcher 3 is going to go on to, well, it's currently into 2020. Sorry, well, the Witcher series, it brings me up to late January 2020. And I'm not even a third of the way done Witcher 3. Not even a third. I'm not even a third way done Witcher 3. After the tutorial area, like the first zone you go into, you get a quest to visit and investigate 3 areas. I've only done 2 so far, because I've been so tied up with side quests and exploring, and in some cases safe scumming. So, it might be 2021 by the time I'm done Witcher 3. Then I might be doing, 4 expansions for, Grim Dawn by the time I get to it. Just don't know, do you? Also, there is talk of a new Path of Exile expansion. I'll be bringing this up in the re-record I did for the post-commentary I did for Path of Exile. Like I had to do some post-commentary for Dead Space and Overlord, I'll be doing some post-commentary for one episode of Path of Exile. And in that I will be saying about 4.00, which is going to be announced sometime in 2019. I plan on doing that at some stage, but again, everything's up in the air of when I'll do what, so it's on the list. I just don't know when I'll get it done, or nor do I know when it will be released. When you deal with a backlog like mine, it's just like, it'll be released someday, just, go into cryo, and hope you wake up in time. Wait 1,000 years, maybe you'll get to see, the end of my Witcher series. So, just still a little bit left. This was just me trying to sign off, and I was getting tired, so I was just kind of repeating myself or whatever. I just thought I wasn't making sense and whatnot, so I just ended up nattering a bit more than I should have. But I really hope you've enjoyed this series. I hope you've enjoyed Overlord, Raising Hell, Full Corruption. I hope you enjoy my videos in general. I hope you join me again for more. Like I said, there's Path of Exile starting tomorrow. Starting again tomorrow. I hope you join me for that. If there's any game you'd like to suggest, please let me know in the comments. Though keep two things in mind. I have to check the video policy of those games to see if I can let's play them. There's also a few companies that I won't touch. I just feel awkward doing let's plays of them. I've kind of insulted people high up working for them, so it just feels awkward saying like, you know, fuck you to them. Like, can I let's play your game? Yeah, it feels a little awkward. So yeah. So keep that in mind. And the other thing is simply that I already have, as of time of recording, I already have two things that I've yet to do, and I had them on the list to do for regrettably long, for longer than I would have liked. I'm actually embarrassed to admit that they're still on the list. I'm not sure why the screen's gone black. I think I'll tapped. But yeah, it's gone on for long. They've been on the list for longer than I'd like to admit. Two games suggested by. Oh, I was checking with the game actually. Two games suggested by Anonymous, a long-time viewer of mine. One was Eridor Genesis. I may also take a look at Eridor Masters of the Broken World, which is the remaster of it, or a remake of it, or whatever you want to call it. It's I might compare and contrast. The other one is Perimeter, I believe. Yes, Perimeter, and its expansion, Emperor's Testament. Those are both on the list to do. I do want to double check Perimeter's video policy though. I think it's fine. I remember feeling that it was fine, but I'm worried that was just wishful thinking. So I just want to double check that that's good. But yeah, basically, I have two games already on the list for longer than I'd like to admit to be let's played. So if you suggest anything, it would obviously have to come after they're finished. So, actually, the video is just about done. So, yeah, basically, feel free to suggest things, but there's some stuff I can't or won't be able to do. And even if I can do them, they will come after those other two games. Eridor thinks like a Heroes of Might and Magic kind of thing. The video's over, but I'll finish my point. Heroes of Might and Magic kind of thing. Well, the other things in RTS. Yeah, after those finish, then I can go on to any other ones. So feel free to suggest things. Just keep it in mind that I mightn't be able to get to it. Wouldn't be able to get to it straight away. It's just simple facts that matter. Plus, it's, say if it's, $60 game you want me to go get, I wouldn't have $60 to throw at it, right, on a moment's notice. So, there's a few factors that would delay it coming out. So, like, I'm happy to get suggestions. It's just, you just have to keep that in mind, I'm not being rude or by not getting to it straight away. It's just simply, I have to check video policies, and if people don't get back to me, then I don't want to do it because I don't want to risk things. I've already two other series to do, and then just simply the finance of it. No, I'm not saying this for you to go buy it for me. No, I'll get it myself. I don't mind doing it. It's just that's the reality of the situation. So, I sincerely hope you've enjoyed this series, folks. I sincerely hope you've enjoyed Overlord Raising Hell. I hope you enjoyed my full corruption playthrough. And I hope you join me again for more. Path of Exile will be coming back. It will be starting again tomorrow. I'll be replaying through the entire game again, and then moving on to the Fall of Oriate content. Post that, like I said, will be the Witcher series. And after that, it's a little up in the air what will be the direct series after that, but we're talking about multiple years down the road. We're talking about like late 2020, maybe 2021 for all I know. I sincerely doubt it'll be late 2021, but you never bloody well know, do you? So, I sincerely hope you enjoyed this. I sincerely hope you join me again for some more series, some more content. Like I said, please suggest things if you're interested. Don't keep those three, factors into account. I'm not saying them to discourage you or tell you not to do it. It's just simply, if I don't get to it straight away, it's not me being rude. It's simply, you know, I have other stuff to finish, the video policy is an issue, or, you know, whatever. You know, I'll get back to you on it. Like, if I hear back that I can't do it or whatnot, I'll let you know. But, you know, I want to... Who knows how long it'll take for them to get back to me if they actually do. So, anyway, I'm just nattering and rambling here. I intend to overemphasize a point to make sure it's clear, because I worried I'm making no sense. But I think I am. I hope I am. I think I've said enough that you can probably eke out some degree of, you know, sense out of it. So, anyway, I sincerely hope you've enjoyed this. If there's anything you'd like to tell me, please let me know in the comment section below. Until then, love and peace, baby.